What's up guys, Matt here from Become Elite, and so I just cracked 30,000 subscribers, which is amazing. Thank you guys all for the support, and just as a way to say thank you, I want to do a little question and answer. So I'm going to answer 30 questions to celebrate the 30,000 subscribers. Let's just get straight into it. The first question is from Drew DG23, and he says, do you think that you'll leave OC Blues when your contract is up, or do you think you'll get an extension? Well, honestly, I really don't know. I've been playing pretty well since I've actually gotten the club. I've played every single minute in every single game. So I would think that I would get offered another contract, but I really have no idea. They might go in a different direction, or I might choose to do something else. But if I'm offered a contract for the next season, I probably will take it. Question number 2 is from Rahul.Drugpa, and he asks, how do you play against players that are bigger and faster than you? The best way to play against players that are bigger and faster than you is not try to beat them with speed or by outbodying them or just trying to play bigger than them. The best way to do it is to be one step ahead of them mentally. And you have to do little tricks, and you have to be smarter with your tackles. You can't go in trying to body them out. You can't try to chase them down the line. You have to predict their movements. Soccer isn't all about your athleticism or how big you are. Players like Neymar or Iniesta, or even smaller defenders like Dani Alves, can get away guarding a lot faster or bigger opponents because they're smarter and they have more soccer knowledge. Question number 3 is from Lith 10.0v0. Should you train by yourself during soccer season or no? I do. I pretty much stay after most of the trainings, and I stay 30 to 45 minutes after to work on stuff that I want to work on. You guys have seen that I do extra training sessions in my daily life during season. I just think it's a really good thing to do.
Wang Joshua asks, how is the glucosamine working for your ankle/joints? I had the clicking sounds too, and I was wondering if it helped. If you guys don't know, my ankles click like every step I take, and I started taking glucosamine back when I was in Germany. It was supposed to help with the joint problem. I did it for a month straight, and I didn't see any noticeable improvements at all. So I stopped. I mean, I don't know if I would have continued to take it. My dad thinks if I continue to take it, that it'll make my clicking stop, but I'm a little doubtful. I might start again, but I just didn't see that much improvement from it. Xavier Torres 13 asks, do you still follow your diet in LA like how you did back in Germany? No, I did that really back in Germany because I was 160 pounds and I felt way too weak, way too small, and I really wanted to get back up to about 175, 180 pounds quickly. But I'm not following a strict diet right now. I pretty much am just trying to eat healthy. I'm trying to maintain my body weight. And I'm just kind of sticky on the thing. If whenever I'm hungry, I'm going to try to eat some lean sources of protein, some whole grain carbs, and lots of fruits and vegetables, and a lot of like healthy fats. But right now, no, not on a diet. I do have plans for that in the off season though. Nick Manger asks, have you played against anybody who went pro? Yeah, a few guys.
So next question is from No Hands Lowland, and he asks, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Hopefully I'll be in the MLS. That's my goal. At 26, 27, 28, I really want to be in the MLS or playing first division somewhere in the world at a high level. Grace Kirby 16 asked, did you ever think about giving up? If so, how did you push through it? Honestly, yeah. I've thought about giving up when I was in high school. I thought about giving up as a freshman. I thought about giving up as a junior. I thought about giving up in college. I thought about giving up when I dropped out of college and nothing was working out. I thought about giving up when I was in Germany. I've thought about giving up a lot of times in my life, but the thing is, it kind of goes back to one of my favorite quotes of like The Critic That Counts, and it's just always talks about just going for your goals and just not caring what anybody else thinks and just really going for what you want in life. And what I want is just to be the best professional soccer player that I can possibly be. It kind of boils down to, would I rather quit and work a 9-to-5 job that I don't really like and maybe just have an okay life, or would I rather go for my dream and possibly achieve my dream? And even if I fail going after my dream, at least I have that knowledge of knowing that I gave my best and I gave my best effort.
Al92 asks, how did you deal with times or many times that your coaches yell at you? I've been yelled at by coaches almost, I don't know, every single day for years and years and years. And you have to realize that when they're yelling at you, it's not that they don't like you as a person. It's not that they're really like mad at you. Even if they are mad at you, it's more that they want to help you, and they're just frustrated, and they have no other way of relaying that message other than, this is what I want you to do really badly, and they're just passionate about helping you out. So you have to look aside the yelling. You have to look past the fact that they're screaming at your face, but you have to hear what they're saying, and you have to try to understand that they want to help you, and they're yelling at you because they see potential in you, and they want you to get this right, and they really are really passionate about making you the best player that you are. So anytime that I'm yelled at, I just listen to the words that they're saying. I don't listen to how they're saying it. I try to take in what they're saying, and I try to understand that they're yelling at me because they want me to become the best player that I can be. Ahmed Adnan 14 asks, I don't think anyone have asked you this, but what got you into doing YouTube videos? Well, I started the Instagram page first, and pretty much my girlfriend made me start that. I was at the field one day juggling, and she took some pictures of me just messing around. She was there at the field, and I was just kind of doing a workout, and those pictures I was like, oh, I kind of want to Instagram this on my personal one. But then I was like, you know what, and I had a lot of free time. I was just training with Sacramento Republic. I wasn't doing much other than that. But I thought maybe I could, it kind of sparked the idea that maybe I could create a separate Instagram account just soccer related. And I started thinking about it. I started thinking about what I want to do. I'm like, maybe I can just post drills. And I even looked at it just for myself. It's like, if I just have this own personal Instagram, anytime that I can't think of a drill, even when I'm by myself, I could just scroll through, find the drill, and I could just do it. It'd be all right there, the setup, everything. And over time, me and my girlfriend starting posting the drills, this whole idea really kind of formed into Become Elite. And once I had that Become Elite, I started getting tons of requests for longer videos. And that's when I started doing the longer YouTube videos about how to do different drills, my favorite drills, how to do tutorials, like how to kick a long ball, how to shoot a ball with power. And as I started to do this, more and more people started asking me about my life, where I was playing, what my background was. They wanted to know what I did on a daily basis. So they started asking more questions just about me. And as these questions came in, I kind of realized that a lot of them were just based on what my typical training is. They wanted to know my updates, what I ate. And I kind of realized that maybe I could just show my full day in the life and really show what it's like being a soccer player at the high level, playing professional soccer. And it kind of turned into this day in the life series, and it kind of all just built up upon each other. But that first thing was just from my girlfriend taking pictures of me at the field, and it kind of was like, oh, this is cool. But yeah, that's how it started.
Daniel AG asks, how was your entire high school career? Basically freshman year, I was on JV. I was in and out of the starting lineup, but I pretty much played in every single game. Sophomore year, I was on varsity. I was one of the only 2 sophomores that made varsity, and I didn't have that good of a season. I wasn't very confident the entire time because I was one of the younger guys. I was smaller. I was only like 115 pounds. I kind of got pushed around a lot. I didn't get put into games because I was too small, and my coach thought I was going to get injured. And so that kind of, was hard for me. So I started lifting. I really started taking my training seriously around sophomore year of high school. Junior year, I started training too hard, and I wasn't listening to my body, and I got a little tweak in my gluteus maximus. And so I was out the entire junior season. And then my senior season, I made varsity again, and I was the leading scorer. I had 13 goals and 1 or 2 assists. I had a really great season. And that senior year is pretty much what got me to play Division I college soccer. Next question is from A Wink 2. It says, when you were in Germany, did you feel homesick? Yeah, I pretty much felt homesick every single day. It was a great experience over in Germany. I learned so much. I made a ton of friends. I had a great experience playing soccer, learning the culture, everything. I loved it. But it's hard being so far away from your family and friends. Like, I was a 9-hour flight away from my family, and it was just tough. So yeah, I felt really homesick. But for me, it was worth it to do that. It was like a sacrifice that I had to make to improve my soccer career. So it was completely worth it. O Drift asked, would you take an offer to the NASL if you had one over the OC Blues? Honestly, yeah, I would. My whole goal is to push up into the first division, to the MLS. So getting a contract offer in the second division of the NASL would be completely worth it for me. OG Manny asks, how old were you when you realized that you could make a career of soccer? It was very, very late in my career. I was pretty old. I was 21 years old when I really had the defining moment of, wow, I can actually give this a really good shot.
ESP20 asks, what has been so far the best part of your career? I'd say signing my contract with the OC Blues has been the best moment of my career. Fernandy12 asks, what is your squat, bench, and deadlift max? Are you living your dream? Right now, I'd say my squat max is about 300 pounds. My bench press max is probably going to be about 250 pounds, 260 pounds. My deadlift max is going to be about 350 pounds. Finally, are you living your dream life? Yes and no. Yes, I'm playing professional soccer. I get to do what I love and be with my friends and kick a ball around for a living. I mean, that's pretty much as much of a dream as you can get. But at the same time, I'm never satisfied with my current situation. I'm always looking forward. My dream life now is to be in the NASL or the MLS or playing first division somewhere else. So I'm constantly looking forward, but at the same time, I do realize that, yeah, right now I am living what my dream life would be or is.
Adam Sha10 asks, do you lift or do speed training win in season? Speed training, not so much. I mean, I do some plyometric stuff just with the team. But lifting, yeah, in season I try to lift at least 3 times a week. Rob MCC3 asks, apart from playing your favorite sport, what do you love most about being a professional footballer? Just being with your friends. Like, I mean, my teammates and just being in that team camaraderie is just so much fun. You know, I'm sure you guys know what it's like to be in a team and how they're just like your closest friends. And I get to do that. That's my job, is to be with really close friends and just playing soccer every single day. It's a dream come true. Gary Couts asks, hey Matt, I was wondering how you got past your toughest times when trying to make it. I mean, I did have really tough times when I was growing up, like not making teams, putting on the B team, struggling with injuries. And it was just kind of one of those things. It's like I had no other choice. And it wasn't like I had no other choice. I have to play soccer no matter what. But it was like either quit and just do nothing or continue to play soccer regardless of how far it goes. I was never like, I need to make it to the professional level no matter what. It was just like, I just want to continue playing soccer for as long as possible. So even in the tough times, playing soccer on the B team or playing soccer wherever was better for me, and I'd rather do that than not playing at all. So I just always wanted to keep playing. I just loved it. So even though it was tough times, it was still better than not playing at all.
Alex FC10 asks, how do I know if I'm good enough to play D2 or D1 soccer based on high school soccer? You never know. And it's the same way for me. I never knew if I was good enough to play D2, D1, D3 soccer, but to me it didn't matter. If you want to go play D1 soccer, go and try for it. I mean, there's no outline that says you must have this many goals or you must be a captain for your team. When I was recruited to play D1 soccer, I was on the B team for my club team. So never ever think that anything limits if you can play D1 or D2. If you want to play D1 or D2 or whatever level you want to play, go for it. If it doesn't work out, at least you can be like, okay, I went for it. But if you just be like, oh no, this person said that I wouldn't be good enough to go D1, then that's not really going after your dreams with 100% determination.
Erlen Jacobson asks, if you could give any advice to yourself when you were 16, what advice would you give? Don't complicate training at all. If you want to work on passing, just go out there and pass against a wall or pass 1 touch, 2 touches with a partner. If you want to work on shooting, just step on the 18 and take shots. Break it down to the basics and just focus on that. It doesn't need to be complicated for it to work. Jimmy Elizalde 23 asks, what are your next goals? My next goal is to either sign a contract again with the OC Blues for the 2017 season or to push higher up into the NASL or the MLS. Ultimately, in 2-3 years, I want to be up in a higher division. Just continually pushing up and up and up, whether it's with salary, whether it's the team. I just want to continue to keep on reaching higher and higher. So those are my goals right now. Will Suzuki asks, in high school, how did you balance school, work, and soccer and get accepted into a fairly rigorous school like UC Davis? And specifically, how did Davis recruit you, considering they were in a different state? Great questions. So balancing school, work, and soccer was never really that big of an issue for me because I prioritized my time very, very well. I was very good at looking at my time after school and realizing that I had 5 hours pretty much each day when school started until it ended. And I would ask myself, what are the most important things to do? And it was always get ahead in school, do all my homework, get in lifts or extra training or go to practice, or to go to work when I had to go to work. I didn't work that much, pretty much just weekends and the summer. So I was fortunate enough to be able to spend all of my weekdays focusing on getting ahead in school and working out. And I think you can get done so much more than you think by just prioritizing what you need to get done first, and then after you've done what you need to get done, you can do what's fun and the extra stuff. I forgot to finish Will Suzuki's question. He says, and specifically, how did Davis recruit you considering they were in a different state? That's a pretty good question. I sent them a highlight film, I sent them a little CV, I sent them a little email saying that I was really interested in their school, and Dwayne said, the head coach basically emailed me saying that my highlight video looked really good. He was interested, but he would like to see me at an ID camp, one of their clinics over the summer. So I said, yeah, for sure. I looked up the date, and my dad basically said that, yeah, you can go down there and check out the school. So I hopped on a plane by myself, flew down to Davis. It's about an hour and a half flight from Portland, Oregon to Davis, which is like right next to Sacramento. I went to the ID camp by myself. I actually had to stay in a hotel by myself. I found everything. This is my first time like really away from home, all by myself. But I did the camp for a whole week, and at the ID camp, Dwayne really liked what he saw. He liked how I played, and then that's really what kickstarted that full recruiting process. And then we stayed in touch. I came down for a winter ID camp, and that pretty much solidified that he wanted me to come to the school under scholarship. Jay Caro 26 asks, at OC Blues, what is your schedule like playing for a Division III professional team? So the schedule, like pretty much, it really varies a lot based on when the games are. What happens is if we have a game on Saturday, Sunday we'll have the guys who started and played the majority of the game, they go in and they do like a rehab where they do some exercises, they get massages, they can do some fleshing out, but it's basically just a really light workout. And the guys who didn't play, they go and have a full training session. And then on Monday is usually a complete off day. It's just rest, regen, get your time off, get your mind away from soccer. And then Tuesday through Thursday, it's about 2 hours each day. We'll have a video session after 1 or 2 of the days of the week. And it's just, that's where it's like the main work is done. It's 2 hours long training session, goes up to maybe like 2.5 hours long. And then Friday is usually a lighter session. It's probably only about 45 minutes to an hour. And we just pretty much just go over some passing drills, some playing, and then we do some set pieces to work on, just the last things before the game. It's super light just to get ready for the game day. And then Saturday is the game again, and then we just keep repeating that process. Rafael Espinoza 10 asks, how did you and your family celebrate after you signing your first professional contract? Well, I wasn't with my family. I was down here with Mimi, my girlfriend, and her family. It's kind of how it goes. A lot of times being a professional athlete, you're in different areas. And so I had the chance to celebrate with my family, but I got to celebrate with Mimi and hers. But it wasn't really, we kind of celebrated to ourselves, but at the same time, it's just so, my mind isn't on celebration because I still hadn't done anything yet. That was just the beginning. I signed the contract, which was great, but now I need to perform. I need to play in games. This is where the real work begins. So I had a little moment of celebration, and I felt really successful for a little bit, but I didn't really do much other than just kind of go, woo, I did it. Now let's focus on what really needs to be done.
Garcia 27 asks, how important is having a healthy diet when training to become pro? And at what age did you start thinking and knowing more about healthy diets? Well, it's crucial because every time that you work out, every time you train, every time you run, you need to basically refuel your muscles with quality proteins and carbohydrates and fats, or else that you're not going to have the full beneficial effect. And if you're not refueling your body, it means that you're not getting 100% out of your trainings or your lifts or whatever. And anytime that you're not doing something 100%, somebody else out there is. I started myself eating healthy. I ate healthy my whole life. Luckily, I came from a family who was very adamant about always having the healthiest foods and getting vegetables and fruits in, lean sources of proteins, whole grains. So my whole life I've been eating extremely healthy.
Dylan Spence 10 asks, what do you do in your spare time? Honestly, I don't have a ton of spare time. If I do have the spare time, I'm watching TV or a movie, or just kind of hanging out with my teammates or my girlfriend, just relaxing. Pretty much every single day I'm doing some sort of training or lifting or both. I have film sessions or video reviews, I have team lunches, or just something throughout the day. So I have very limited free time, and I like it that way. That's the way I like to have my life, even if I'm not playing soccer. I love to live a life with very little free time, just because I just like being productive. I'm a very type A personality. So Dylan Spence 10 again asks, what would you be if you weren't a footballer / YouTuber? I'd probably be doing what 99% of everybody else does after they graduate college. I'd just be doing the 9-to-5 job, working out a lot. I love working out. Could still be playing soccer, but it wouldn't be that exciting of a life, I can tell you that.
Adam Abuljud asks, how much is your wage in the USL?
And I don't like answering this question. I really don't think it's a great question to ask, and it's kind of makes me uncomfortable talking about salary. But I do think it's important for you guys to have a realistic knowledge of what you make in the 3rd division of the US. So I'm not going to give you my exact salary, what I make, and all the details of my bonuses and everything, but I will give you the averages of the USL, or with the range of what players make. Players in the USL pretty much make in between $1,000 to $5,000 per month. You also have to take in consideration that most USL teams will provide housing, and they'll give all your travel, and they might even give you some food, like breakfast and lunch almost every single day. So the cost and the normal salary is a little bit lower because they also give you housing and everything like that. That's the basic range. Again, I don't like talking about what I make ever. I don't really like that question at all. But I do think it's good for you guys to get like a realistic expectation of what players in the 3rd division make in the US.
2NY. Oh, Tony, maybe?
Oh my God.
Well, he puts a period. Puts a period in between it. Tony, I guess, maybe. Has being in a new environment of soccer affected your play and helped you become a better person / soccer player? Yes, 150 million %. Anytime that you're going outside your comfort zone into a new experience, into a new tryout, into playing with different players, you're becoming a better person, you're becoming a better soccer player, and you're just really getting more comfortable being uncomfortable. That's the biggest key in playing professional soccer, I think, is being comfortable being uncomfortable.
So great question, guys. Thanks for submitting all of them. I think I had like 250 submitted questions. I'm sorry I can't answer them all, but that would be like a 5-hour-long video. But yeah, great questions. I love doing these things, but I wanted to do this video just to thank you guys for 30,000 subscribers, which is amazing. I really appreciate all the support. So I hope you guys liked the video. I hope that my answers to the questions really help you guys understand, get some better knowledge about these topics. If you like the video, give me a like, subscribe, and just stay tuned to all my new videos. Thanks, guys.